To the kids at Kansas and Kansas State, what an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. Not only do you do a national disservice to your schools, to your conference, to your sport, to your teammates, to your coaches, not only do you do them a disservice, but one day, just one day after Martin Luther King Day, you turn your television on and you see two prominent Division I colleges on the court throwing blows. What a disappointment. I can't say how truly ashamed I was last night watching Kansas and Kansas State come to blows on the court at the field house. It was such a disappointment, such an embarrassment, not only, like I said, for the coaches, for the players, for the schools, for the conferences, but also as an example to the people that are underneath them, that are coming up next, as an example to the kids that are coming up underneath them, that they might be mentoring. Is this the example that you want to set? When things don't go your way, throw a punch. That's how we solve problems. That's how adults solve problems. When things don't go our way, we just throw punches. What an embarrassment last night. Thank you for joining us here for another episode of Hoops Talk. I'm your host, Mike DuPont. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. However you might be joining us, feel free to check the description in the comments below for additional outlets should you feel so interested. Today is Wednesday, January the 22nd, and we'll just dive right in. Today could and should be the day that Zion Williamson finally debuts in the NBA, and I couldn't close my eyes for more than 60 seconds last night. You see the smile on my face? I'm not a smiling guy. That's not my personality. But I just couldn't go. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The New Orleans Pelicans and the San Antonio Spurs expected to tip off nationally on ESPN primetime, 8:30. Let me not call that prime time. That's a little bit past prime time, but still, let me make it. If you out there and you actually know what prime time is, 8:30 on ESPN. New Orleans Pelicans versus the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are 19-23. The Pelicans, without Zion Williamson, have been 17-27. Not as bad, not abysmal. My question to you, to those of you who might be tuning in, could Zion still contend for Rookie of the Year? And if so, what do you need to see moving forward for the rest of the season? Because you've only got about maybe 50-ish games. You've got to safely assume he's not going to appear in every game. With that in mind, what do you need to see in 35 to 40 games in order to get Zion in this Rookie of the Year contention? Now, moving along, last night the Mavericks fell to the Los Angeles Clippers. It was a 3-point loss. I believe it was 110-107. Dallas is bracing for news that center Dwight Powell suffered a season-ending torn right Achilles tendon during Tuesday night's loss to the Clippers. That's according to Tim McMahon of ESPN. And unfortunately, if you know anything about the Mavericks locally, Dwight Powell is their rim runner. He's their prime rim runner. But the good news is the trade deadline has not yet passed. You can go out and make a move. You can go out and acquire a piece. Andre Drummond is out there. You don't have a big right now, and Andre Drummond is out there. He is. You can go get him. There's a few other bigs out there that are available right now as well. Steven Adams may or may not be available. If I were Oklahoma City and I was in playoff contention, Steven Adams wouldn't be available, but I'm not the general manager. So you at least have to do your service, pick up the phone and make a phone call. Now you can still go out and do something. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching on the other end, let me know out there. What would you like to see the Mavs go do? Now, again, I threw a name out there, Andre Drummond. If you've got other names in mind, I'd love to hear them. Maybe you want Blake Griffin instead of Andre Drummond. Maybe Blake Griffin fits Dwight Powell's player profile more so than Andre Drummond, even though Andre Drummond would be a great rebounder and he's pretty athletic as well. I'd love to hear from you out there. Again, thanks for tuning in. We have a quick day today. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Be blessed.